The Two-Color Braided Cast On for left-handed knitters. Hi, I'm Kristen and welcome back to my channel, Studio Knit. I'm sharing 3 different variations with you. The first is the braided version with the braided edge. Secondly, we have a corded edge. And last, it's a 1-color contrasting edge. To begin, we are doing a short tail. So just around 4 inches or so, take both of your yarn colors together and you are going to create your slip knot. This video tutorial is specifically for left-handed knitters. If you're looking for the right-handed version, I will have the link to that video down in the description for you. And once you have your cast on, go ahead and put it onto your needle. It actually does not matter which side the yarn colors are on in your slip knot because we will be removing that after we're finished knitting our first row. And if you enjoy my knitting techniques, please like up this video. Let me know you would like to see more cast on help, and it really helps me out. Let's begin with the braided edge version. So we have our slip knot on to our needle. I'm holding the short yarn tail along the edge of my knitting needle with my left hand. And with my right hand, I am going to do the slingshot hold with both of those yarn colors. So you just slip your thumb and index finger right in between. And the yarn in the front, that is wrapping around my thumb. The yarn in the back is around my index finger, and they're both going from in the middle and around to the side. And your first cast on is just like the long tail cast on. You take your needle to the outside of the thumb and then bring it around to the outside of that second yarn, the blue. For this braided edge, we are twisting our yarn colors clockwise. That is from the perspective of our right hand. The yarn in the front is twisting over the yarn in the back, and then cast on again from your thumb, your finger, and there you go. And continue twisting your yarn clockwise to complete this decorative braided edge. And here is how our 2 yarn colors are alternating onto our knitting needle when we're done. And I'm knitting my first row in white, and that is simply so that you can see exactly how beautiful and how the colors interconnect with each other on the edge of your knitting. For this cast on, let's remove the slip knot because knitting into it would be super bulky. And here is how beautiful our braided edge is after I've completed knitting my little swatch in the white yarn color. I think this one is my favorite. And we're beginning again with the slip knot, and exactly which yarn color is in front or is in back on your needle does not matter because we are removing that slip knot after we're done knitting our first row. And again, hold that short yarn tail with the left hand along the edge of your knitting needle. And with your right hand, it is the slingshot hold. So I have the orange in the front with my thumb, and I cast on the first stitch. And we're going to twist it, this time counterclockwise. And that is from the perspective of your right hand. And cast on just as you would with the long tail cast on method, and continue twisting counterclockwise and casting on until you have the number of stitches that you would like on your needle. And here is how the corded edge looks when we are knitting with 2 yarn colors. And it's interesting how differently the yarn colors interconnect depending on which direction you twist them in. Now I wanted to show you, if you do not twist at all, what happens is also kind of cool, is that you start out exactly the same way, but you don't twist and you continue casting on. Now the reason you would do this, you'll see that it's only the orange yarn that is actually being cast on to the needle, but you're carrying that blue yarn with you, and that is the edge of your knitting. So this technique would be helpful if you wanted one color just along the edge of your knitting. So in this example, we have the blue yarn along the edge. And once I've completed casting on all of the stitches onto this needle, when I knit my first row, I'm just carrying on in the orange yarn color only. I hope you're inspired to give this two-color braided cast on a try. It gives you a nice little decorative edge so you can get even more creative with your knitting. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you here next time. Bye.